You've been trading throughout 2023 and you want to know how you can finish the year strong and crush it in the second half. As we come to a close in the first half, there's several ways that I'm going to explain to you traders how you can be successful in the last 6 months. Whether you're doing options buying, options selling, it doesn't matter what kind of trader you are. We can make sure in this video that we cover the tips for you to be successful in the last 6 months of the year. So there's been several option strategies that have definitely been working in the market this year, right? So we started off the year with a nice breakout to the upside. I will say this has been a very strong year for breakouts. We've had 3 or 4, maybe 5 breakouts already in the first half. So being a breakout trader, a momentum trader, has been very successful. We've had so much news from with Joe Biden and COVID ending and all the different wars with Ukraine and Russia and the credit card debt, the default of Americans' debt. I mean, there's tons of things that have happened. We switched the House Speaker to Kevin McCarthy, the new politicians that are coming in, Donald Trump getting indicted and running for president again. Like, so much is going on. 2023 is fucking crazy. So there's several different ways that you could be successful in the last 6 months, and we're going to cover those tips here now. You got to learn how to ride the trends, right? You got to learn how to observe the current market conditions and which way it's trending, and you got to hop on board. If the train is moving, you move with the train. You don't try and jump in front of it. So riding the trends is such a crucial piece. We started going up. Right? The year started off with a bang, a huge rip to the upside. Then we downtrended for 2 months. Then since then, we've popped up aggressively, and then we've traded sideways for the last 2 months. So we've seen 3 different markets in the first 6 months. And if you were to follow the trends, you could have been getting extremely profitable trades during this time. In the last 6 months, we have tons of news and tons of items that could impact where the market closes, right? We have inflation reports. We have the rate hikes. Are they going to come back down? Will regional banks survive? Who's going to be running for president? All these fundamental impacts that we have on the market. So in my opinion, I believe that the trends of the market are kind of unpredictable now because we've seen 3 different markets. But I will tell you this, if you chart them out and you follow what the analysis and the price action is telling you, up, down, or sideways, you will be successful in the last 6 months. So following the trend is so important. I do believe that the stock market closes higher from here. I think that we are at the $415 range, and I do believe by December we will close above this range due to the fact that I think rates will stop going up. I think inflation will continue down, and I think we'll start to see a strong economic rebound because job numbers and everything like that has been very strong still. So I don't see a massive reason to fall in the rest of 2023. We may see one more newer low, but then a rapid bounce is what I would think is going to happen. That is just my opinion on the situation, and I think following the trend of regardless of what happens is the way you can succeed in the last 6 months. So if you're not sure how to follow a trend, the best thing to do is to zoom out. Look at the overall picture, right? You could do this on the daily and the weekly charts in your technical analysis. When you zoom out and you look at the bigger picture of where the market is and where it was, you can determine the futuristic price actions. That's the definition of technical analysis. So if we take a look at the S&P 500 here, you'll notice some blue lines that I have there. Those blue lines were my trend lines that I observed. So we started off 2023 down here, down in a consolidatory period from December to the beginning of January. So about 2 weeks, the market didn't move. But when the new year happened, we exploded from 380 all the way up to 418 in a short 1 month span, a huge market move. But then from January, notice my trend line here, we trended all the way back down and broke the trend in March all the way until the end of March. So for 2 months, we were downtrending. Then look at the breakout here. This is a textbook breakout. If you just had these 2 lines drawn on the daily chart, you would be able to observe an upside breakout. This upside breakout right here has led us now into a 2-month consolidation or box trading period with a double bottom and a double top in play. So From here, all we have to do is draw out this consolidation box, right? Put a little square around this high and put a little square around this double bottom low. And whichever way it breaks out from here, we're able to continue following the trend. So drawing it and zooming out and observing the price action, you'll be able to follow the trends quite easily. So the economic calendar is so important. The economic calendar is where we get our manufacturing data, we get our consumer sentiment data, we get our inflation data, we get our rates data, we get all of that. It's all in the economic calendar. If you were to just Google economic calendar, 50 websites would pop up with the schedule that you could follow. If you look on your trading view, on the right side there, the second tab from the top, that is the economic calendar as well, right there on your trading software. So there's several ways you can do this. Multiple websites track and follow the economic calendar, and you should too. Because I'll tell you right now, Friday at 11 a.m., the king, the legend, the man with the largest dick in the world, Jerome Powell, is going to be speaking live, and I will not be in any trades at that time because I don't want that kind of volatility and that choppiness that could go against me. So I am going to be sitting on the sidelines enjoying my popcorn, and I know that because I follow the economic calendar, and I know that Jerome Powell's speaking at 11 a.m. on Friday. This is so important for you to track in the last 6 months because the data is coming in hot, and the data is going to impact the market largely. So follow that economic calendar, get on Google, get on TradingView, get on anywhere, find one that you like, and write down those dates and make sure that you're watching on the sideline and not being one of those degenerate gamblers that's playing this crazy shit. Tech is back, baby. They were shitting on Fang. They were shitting on Apple and fucking Amazon. They were shitting them on all last year. But I'll tell you right now, those motherfuckers are back. Tech stocks have exploded in 2023, all right? NVIDIA went from like $150 to 250 to almost 300 now. Amazon went from $80 to like 120. Apple, AMD, and all of these stocks, Facebook, Meta has almost tripled again. Netflix completely closing a $200 gap. I mean, it's just nuts. When tech stocks are hot, that is your first and utmost indicator of the market's probably going to go up, right? Because the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ have all of their weight almost in these tech stocks, a huge portion of them. So when you're seeing Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, NVIDIA, AMD, when you're seeing these big tech stocks ripping through the roof and doubling in like a 6-month period, it's a pretty strong indicator of their performance. And that is a pretty strong indicator of the market. So you need to be watching these tech stocks for the last 6 months and see where they go. If they are overbought right now and they were to correct to the downside, the market will fall. If they are to continue their descent into heavens because everyone's loving some tech stocks right now after the 2022 drops on them all, then you need to jump on board and you need to understand that it's probably going to move the market higher. So tech is absolutely the 2023 king, and the top 6 or 7 stocks on your watch list should be Fang plus semiconductor. 2023 has been a great year for me. Honestly, it's been a wonderful year. I've been focused primarily on my wheel strategy, selling covered calls, selling cash secured puts, and using the passive income to reinvest in stocks that were beaten down in 2022. So I have been reinvesting most of my income because I think the drop is something that we take advantage of, right? Over time, the S&P 500 has statistically only gone one way. So why wouldn't I take advantage of a year where it dropped $100? So I've been wheeling, I've been selling options, and I've been riding the trend as an option seller. So as the stock continues its way down, I play call side credit spreads. If I want a day trade, I day trade iron condors. If we have the choppy consolidation period, like we've seen the last 2 months, have been very good to me. But overall, I think selling options in this volatile market is the absolute way to go. It's been very good to me because the premiums have been high, the moves have been great, and the income that it's producing on these rapid and volatile moves has been enormous. So I'm going to continue to sell options for the last 6 months of 2023. I'm not going to be doing a lot more. I haven't bought one option this year and I don't plan on it. I'm going to continue selling and I'm going to continue wheeling more than anything, reinvesting those profits, taking advantage of these massive dips that we're seeing, like stocks like KRE, the Spider Regional Banks ETF, which is down 80% now because of the regional bank crisis. But in 10 years, I don't see that being the case. You know what I mean? So I'm taking advantage of this. I'm entering these long-term portfolio holds and I'm selling options against them. The last thing you need to know and the best thing you can do to put all of that together and be successful for the last 6 months of 2023 is start practicing patience. Being patient. I said it in another video. You'll wait fucking in lines to meet your favorite celebrity. You'll wait in lines to get on a ride at a theme park. You'll sit your fast food line, you fat fuck, for 2 hours to get a cheeseburger. But you won't wait 5 minutes for a confirmation candle. You won't go to the daily chart and wait patiently for a breakout. Some of the best traders I know have only traded 2 or 3 weeks out of the year so far because they're very bullish people and they understand that. So they wait for the breakouts to the upside. They go heavy for a week and they disappear for 6 months until it happens again. Having that type of patience to know yourself, know what strategies work for you, and implementing them is key to the success of the last 6 months of this year. For me, if we stay in this consolidation period, the longer the better, the more that I will make, because that works for me. But for some of my friends who are breakout bulls, they're just sitting on the sidelines now with tons of cash, being patient, waiting for their time to attack like the fucking lions and tigers that they are. So you need to learn how to be patient, zoom out, put everything I just explained to you together, and you are going to crush 2023. If I stick the water down their mouth, that's called waterboarding. But if I bring them to the water and they drink it themselves, that's called success, baby. Those are some wonderful tips. If you want to crush the last 6 months, that's part of the puzzle. I mean, I can't give you the whole puzzle, right? No, if I could predict the future and give you the whole puzzle, I'd be a trillionaire and I wouldn't be doing this fucking YouTube video.